We're live, sir.
Great, thank you. All right, it's 4 p.m. We'll go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, October 5th, and this is a virtual public hearing of the Virginia Redistricting Commission. The focus of today's public hearing is the Hampton Roads region of the Commonwealth, and we're looking forward to hearing from you all about this area you call home. I am Sean Kumar, a citizen commissioner from Alexandria, and I will be acting as the presiding commissioner of this hearing today. I'm going to ask my fellow commissioners to introduce themselves. You could please say your name, if you're a citizen or legislator, and where you are from. I'll go around the map. I see Delegate Simon.
Hello, Delegate Marcus Simon from Falls Church and parts of Fairfax County. I'm in the House of Delegates and happy to see everybody and hope to hear some good testimony today.
Thank you. Mr. Brenio.
Hey folks, James Abrinio here. I'm a citizen commissioner from Fairfax County, and thanks for your time and input. Appreciate it.
Delegate Adams.
I am Les Adams, representing the 16th House District, which is Martinsville, Henry, and parts of Pennsylvania.
Senator Stanley.
Good afternoon to everyone who's participating. My name is Bill Stanley. I'm the senator for the 20th Senate District, which starts eastern part of the state in Carroll County, Galax, through Patrick County, Franklin County, Henry County, City of Martinsville, Halifax, Pittsylvania County, and the City of Danville. And now that shows why we're here.
Just going to say, hopefully that'll be a little bit briefer next time, a little bit less lengthy. Ms. Harris.
Good afternoon. My name is Greta Harris, and I'm a citizen member of the commission from Richmond. And I also have the pleasure of co-chairing the Redistricting Commission. Welcome. We look forward to hearing your comments today.
Thank you. And let's see, I'm not seeing anyone else unless there's another screen. So staff, keep me honest, or any other commissioners who may be on the line, please let me know. I think that's it for now, and I'm sure more will join us as they have time. So a couple of housekeeping matters before we begin. This hearing and all subsequent hearings are being translated simultaneously in Spanish. If you would like to watch the hearing in Spanish, please send an email to virginiaredistricting2021@gmail.com. That is VAREDISTRICTING2021@gmail.com to receive a link to be admitted to the Spanish translation Zoom meeting. This is for viewing and listening only and not for providing comment. And I'm going to stop here for Mr. Esmel Meeks from DLS staff to provide some more info there.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. I will be monitoring the email and will be sending translation Zoom links as they are requested. If you require translation assistance, please click the interpretation icon located on the bottom right of your control panel next to the raise hand icon and select your language of choice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Meeks. If you are a commenter, there are Spanish, Vietnamese, and Korean language interpretation services available to you during this hearing. You may ask at any time for language assistance, and a translator is available to assist you during your comment. I will be calling off names from the sign-up sheet, so please forgive me in advance if I mispronounce your name. When you are called, we ask that you first identify yourself and tell us where you live. If you are speaking as part of a group or on behalf of a group, please identify the group as well. Please also state the specific map you are commenting on. The most recent House of Delegates maps are A7 and B6. The most recent Senate maps are A5 and B4. Given the number of people who have signed up to speak, we're setting each person's speaking time to no more than 3 minutes. We will be keeping track of the time and we'll give you a 30-second warning. If a previous speaker has already stated what you'd like to say, we encourage you to simply state your name and where you live, and that you echo the comments made by whomever you wish to support. The purpose of this series of public hearings is to hear from you all, the citizens of the Commonwealth, about our proposed maps. This is your time, and we are here in listening mode. This time is for us to hear from you, to learn from you, so we will not be taking questions or engaging in any discussion or debate tonight. We are most interested in the factors you want the commission to consider when reviewing the proposed districts and your thoughts about your community and how you would or wouldn't define it. But all comments shared here today will be heard and considered when we finalize our maps. So with that, let's begin with our first speaker. And I'm going to call from the list staff sent me. Shay, let me know if this person is not here, but I believe first up we have Anitra Howard.
Hello, my name is Anitra Howard. I am here representing the Virginia Wesleyan University community as well as the Campus Vote Democracy Project. I believe I'm referring to map A4, but I could be incorrect. However, I believe that's the one that I will be referring to today. So good afternoon, Chairman and honorable board members, as well as guests and listeners. As I said, my name is Anitra Howard, and I'm a senior political science student at Virginia Wesleyan University. As such, I've been in the Hampton Roads area for about 4 years. That is right on the border of Virginia Beach and Norfolk. I am the current president of our school's debate club, vice president and diversity, equity, and inclusion chairwoman of Alpha Sigma Alpha Epsilon Eta chapter, captain of our school's championship ethics bowl team, and a civic engagement and democracy fellow with the Campus Vote Project as well. Most of my work on campus consists of ensuring that our students are well informed about different issues and topics that are often featured on the ballot. Today, as I mentioned earlier, I am here to advocate for college campuses as communities of interest. Virginia Wesleyan University is unique in many ways. We are the Marlins, and we are the only university to have a Marlin as our mascot. Our campus is made up of 47% minority students, and 28% of our students are first-generation college students. We are a very small campus with only about 1,300 students. However, even though we're small, the students at Virginia Wesleyan are very politically active, with clubs such as Young Democrats, Virginia Wesleyan College Republicans, Marlins Vote, and the addition of 2 Campus Vote Democracy Fellows this year. It's very clear that our Marlins care about making their choices heard in local and national elections. That being said, my campus faces another unique challenge, which is that we are located right on the border of Norfolk and Virginia Beach. So that means that even though our address falls under Virginia Beach and all of our residencies are located in Virginia Beach as well, there are certain parts of our campus that are located in Norfolk. The older students are used to this. It can become confusing for freshmen who are most likely to be first-time voters. Given that there are elections in Virginia every year, this is definitely an issue. As it currently stands, the entirety of Virginia Wesleyan's campus that is located in Virginia Beach is in Delegate District 83, which is represented by Nancy Guy. And I'm here to implore you to keep Virginia Wesleyan's campus under the same district. Having a campus that is located in 2 different cities is already confusing to many. Therefore, to ensure that all of our students' voices are heard and fairly represented, it is imperative that they remain in the same district. Just like the city of Virginia Beach, Virginia Wesleyan University is a diverse campus that reflects many different views and perspectives. However, at the end of the day, we are one community and should not be divided by district lines. Thank you for your time and have a great day.
Thank you, Ms. Howard. Thank you for your service to the Commonwealth and to your university. Next, we have Erin Corbett.
Hey there, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak here before you today. My name is Erin Corbett, and I'm the redistricting manager with the Virginia Civic Engagement Table, a nonpartisan 501c3 organization committed to boosting civic participation in Virginia. I think by now you know me and the coalition I work with. After all, we've been here at all 42 meetings of the last 10 months. In addition to our attendance record, let me remind you of what else we've done. In February, we worked with legislators in the General Assembly to try to pass legislation that would better ensure transparency in the Commission's work. In March, we called attention to the need for translation services, the absence of public outreach, and the lack of accessibility in meetings. In April, we worked with one of our partner groups and called out the risk of racial gerrymandering and how it poses a health risk for much of our Commonwealth. In May, we launched a statewide outreach campaign in which we worked with our partners to recruit engagement and advocate for Virginians' involvement in this process. In June, we recruited partners to attend the 8 public hearings in the summer, providing testimony across the Commonwealth. In July, we attended each hearing and advocated for a host of communities, including Black, Latino, Asian, Indigenous, immigrant, and language minority communities across Virginia. In August, we worked with our partners and launched another statewide outreach program to engage public on redistricting, reaching thousands of Virginians. In September, we combined these efforts to create a map based on the collaboration of our partners, their community members, their voices, and the work we have done over the past year, so that by October, we had provided 66 map trainings, led 56 testimony tutorials, and hosted viewings of every commission meeting joined by nearly 500 Virginians to help hold the commission accountable. This broad approach to engage the public, and indeed several of the different communities of interest about redistricting in Virginia, is an important reason to credit the example maps that we have submitted. These maps are the product of purposeful and meaningful engagement with the communities across the Commonwealth, in particular communities of color who have been historically excluded from the redistricting process. We urge the Commission to help unravel Virginia's troubling history of racial and partisan gerrymandering by adopting maps that protect communities of interest and historically underrepresented communities. The maps we present took many criteria into consideration, including but not limited to the following sources: written and oral public testimony provided to the Commission, feedback from outreach to underrepresented communities, partner groups, census data, and ACS data. We believe these maps provide an option to draw districts that work to ensure the preservation of communities of interest and keep together communities of color, better ensuring that these communities can successfully elect candidates of their choice. Our coalition has carefully analyzed data and has also received in-depth feedback from on-the-ground community organizations and members to ensure that these maps are not an abstract product. We ask the Commission to take these maps into consideration as an option that aims toward inclusivity, as they have been created through the collaboration and involvement of many Virginians, community-based groups, and expert data analysts. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Corbett, and thank you for your your group's efforts to raise awareness about our work and this important issue. Next up, I believe we have Beatriz Amberman. They're on the line.
Yes, good afternoon, honorable members of the Virginia Redistricting Commission, members of the community, and guests. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you about my community, and I begin by expressing my support to the redistricting map submitted by the Virginia Civic Engagement Table. I'm Beatriz Amberman, chair of the Virginia Coalition of Latino Organizations, a nonpartisan organization, and a Virginia Beach resident for more than 35 years. I have served my city in several boards and commissions over the past 2 decades, appointed by City Council. The population in our city is approximately 450,224 people. And out of that population, about 28,441 people speak Spanish. And about 4,092 persons are Hispanic veterans. As an advocate of civic engagement and human rights, I have organized multiple events for the Hispanic community in the state and in our region, which has given me the opportunity to know my community very well. My organization strives to provide services also in the Spanish language. We do voter registrations and organize visits with all our representatives during the General Assembly for the last 20 years in partnership with other organizations. We also, such as our partnership with FEMA in local hospitals, in the Virginia Department of Health, we have coordinated COVID testing and vaccinations in our region. We are able to confirm, because of those participations with the community, that large numbers of people in our community, even if they are bilingual, feel more comfortable speaking and receiving services in their native language. We celebrate our culture, our history, our arts, and festivals on the premises of churches that have services in Spanish, and because of this, our events are very well attended. The Virginia Coalition of Latino Organizations has been advocating for the rights of Latinos and immigrants for more than 20 years. We work to educate, empower, and secure equal treatment, opportunity, and political representation for our community in Virginia. We encourage civic participation and lead efforts to engage our community to bring into reality the changes we need for our families, business, and community in general. We value the relationship with all of our elected leaders from the House of Delegates and the Senate. Please ensure that our community, my community, is not separated, that we stay in one congressional district, in one state Senate district, in the new districting maps, to give us the opportunity to elect candidates that know our needs and the common interest for our community, and they know the common interest of our community. I appreciate and thank you for your time and for listening to my testimony about my community. Do you have any questions?
No, we do not. Thank you, Ms. Ammerman, for your comments today and for the work that you do on behalf of your community.
Thank you.
Next, we have Bruce Meyer. Is Bruce on the line?
Not here, sir.
Okay, thank you. That moves us to Josh Stanfield.
Good afternoon, members of the commission. My name is Josh Stanfield. I'm in York County, Virginia. I was mostly here to listen and learn from other members of the Hampton Roads region who are going to show up and give testimony. But if I'm not sure if the Zoom participant number is correct, but I guess there aren't that many people. So I was here mainly to listen, but I do have a question about whether or not we're voting for 1 or 2 year terms this year in these elections and when your maps will go into effect in terms of elections. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. I don't know if any members of the General Assembly want to respond. We're not really doing Q&A here, but you know, that information we'll make sure is available on our website if it's not already. I'm going to go ahead and move us to the next speaker. And put us, I believe, with Tyler Rector, if that person is on the line.
He's here, sir.
Yeah, he just needs to unmute.
Mr. Rector, if you can hear us, you can unmute yourself. I will move us on to the next speaker while Tyler Rector tries to unmute or maybe had to step away. Next is Carolyn Kaywood. I see her on the line.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name's Carolyn Kaywood. I live in Virginia Beach. I am a volunteer organizer with the nonpartisan Hampton Roads Legislative Collaborative Table. In that capacity, I've become quite familiar with 29 of our current districts in this area. First off, the Hampton Roads Legislative Collaborative Table worked very hard for the passage of the amendment that established this commission. So I'm very pleased with the increased involvement of citizens and with the increased transparency that has resulted. Thank you. Conversely, I must say that I am disappointed in the bipartisan focus of what we truly hoped would be a nonpartisan process. The result has been dauntingly complex for the citizens who are trying to follow this process. I get continual questions, which map? What is the difference between these maps? Anyway. So as I examined the most recent maps and looked at my own residence in Virginia Beach, it really doesn't matter which ones you choose. I wind up in the same district, new district. So that being the case, I decided to focus on which maps I thought would do the best job of empowering minority voters. And having been back and forth and around, it appears to me that A7 and A5 have a small advantage in terms of the voting power they give to minority members of the Hampton Roads community. So I'm asking you to take that into consideration. Thank you for letting me give you my input, and good luck with your work.
Thank you for your comments and for your work as well on behalf of your community. Next, we'll move to Richard Zimmerman.
Whoops. Hi, I'm back.
Hello again.
Hello. Okay, I've retired here for a second time to Chesapeake now for 10 years. And here in Southampton Roads, both Virginia Beach and Chesapeake City are very large square mile areas with urban and suburban, exurban and rural settlements, just like the spacious counties and other SMSAs. The key here is the commission maps must focus on the resident people to be represented. In a way, the commission's mapping contractors, and they are the commission's contractors, have made several trial runs to acquaint themselves with the Virginia population and locality landscape. The commission has a familiarization with the pitfalls in both Contractor A and Contractor B maps by the independent evaluations made available. So now the commission can convene 2 sessions allowing for each contractor to redraft each district map before it in the same sequence as before, beginning with Northern Virginia. And each session can be in camera session away from the public. All mapping for the commission should begin with what are called heat maps of population density by US Census tracts and drawn for the commission's advantage on outlines of localities, pre-K, 5, and high school attendance zones. Most folks identify themselves in Virginia by where they went to high school or where their kids or grandkids are going to school. 40% of us are college, you might refer to a college. So direct the commission's contractors to begin each one in their own session to begin building in front of the commissioners in a live screen each district around the heat map density hills with each locality. These make population hub for each district. And then the contractors are to add population to the hill hub by census tracts within the existing locality drawn school attendance zones. That is, the map drawing should be transparent to the commission. It should not be here it is, take it or leave it. Transparency. They are so as attendance zones are added, they become the spokes or spreads of a district that the commission can see before them. They are compactly drawn from the hub. At the district drawing edges, the mapper might end up dividing some localities or high school zones to meet the population target, but no pre-K to 5 school attendance zones should ever be broken, because the localities, which we are to respect, ensure a cultural community of interest to begin young child education. And then the longer range would be the commission should continue in being over the next decade, consulting with and publishing community interest studies by a small part-time research staff. The commission should consult on this with people like Virginia constitutional scholar John Calvin Jeffries at UVA, or Allison Orr Larson at William and Mary, my alma mater, or especially Virginia social and constitutional historian Brett Tarter, who's also a former Virginia state librarian and published on gerrymandering in Virginia, the history of gerrymandering in Virginia, and now the constitutions of Virginia. And Rachel Bitkoffer, a social political scientist at Christopher Newport University, right here in the Hampton Roads. That's more procedural than which map I prefer. I prefer those that don't break up the locality drawn communities where Virginians have voluntarily entered into a political compact if they are conservative, or a social contract if they are liberal, to live next door to one another. So the commission should not come along and allow a district to break those up, because the realtors tell us we move as home renters every 4 to 6 years and home owners every 6 to 8 years. And 90% of us are above the poverty line. We choose to move into a neighborhood to educate our children, or we choose to move into an SMA to find a job.
Mr. Zimmerman, your time is up.
Thank you.
I appreciate your suggestions, and thank you for being with us today. I'm going to move us now to see if Vicki Williams, my Sorensen Institute classmate, is on the line to speak to us.
Not here, sir, but Tyler Rector is back.
All right, let's then hear from Tyler Rector.
Can you hear me?
We can.
I just want to keep it quick. I'd like to bring the commission's attention to the community of South Norfolk and its surrounding areas. The community of South Norfolk should not be divided exactly along racial lines. In map A5 in District 24, it includes a panhandle entirely following the majority African American makeup of that community above Dominion Boulevard around the Crestwood area. District 20, also in A5, exactly divides South Norfolk around the Norfolk Southern Railway Yard, which divides the community between a majority white and a majority African American line. I urge the commission to keep this in mind when designing and improving the final maps. They must not divide the community of South Norfolk exactly along racial lines. And I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Rector. Shay, that's the last speaker that I had on my list, unless is Vicki Williams on the line with us? Or
No, sir, that's all.
That's it? Okay, I did see that she emailed the commission today in our to our email addresses. So so no other speakers today, Shay?
Mr. Kumar, just to let you know, I did call Miss Williams and I got voicemail.
Great. Okay, thank you, Mr. Wade. If that is it, then I think that concludes our business for the public hearing. Thanks to all who spoke. Thanks to the commissioners who joined. Thanks to the interpreters who were available, and to staff, as always, for making everything happen.